And we are live. Tonight we are going to be talking about The Wreck on Indiegogo right now. A fantastic comic by our honored guest, Bruce, here tonight. Along with me, we got Bob Jones,
the one and only
Disaster, and Testosterone Overload.
Yo, hey, Adrian.
Well, yeah, that's testosterone, all right.
Bruce, I'm going to go ahead and start this off by letting you tell everyone about your fantastic comic. And I'm going to go ahead and bring that up on Indiegogo right now.
All right. Well, first off, I appreciate you guys inviting me into your warm little establishment here. So nice to meet everyone.
Oh, great. We're the establishment.
Yeah, The Wreck, Into the Breach on Indiegogo right now is my 24-page full-color floppy. It's a sci-fi action adventure romp. It's a cliffhanger. It introduces. I want to introduce the reader to the bigger story of The Wreck, which is a planned 120-page or two 60-page graphic novels. It's about an asset recovery team that was hired to go find and recover data from a derelict terraforming ship that was sent to Titan many years prior and lost to the company.
Titan, isn't that one of the moons of Mars?
That is a moon of Mars, yes.
Wait, not Mars, Jupiter.
No, actually Saturn. Saturn. You guys got me all confused. It's actually a Saturn moon. Yeah.
It's actually a habitable planet, or excuse me, a habitable moon too. They theorize.
Yeah, because
Saturn, the largest moon.
Yeah, it's apparently it's methane based, right? It's got liquid methane, and I think they actually have scientific proof of that life can exist in liquid methane right here on Earth. There's some lake or some bodies of water that.
Yeah, there's some bodies of water with methane pools that act like
extremophiles.
Yeah.
You may not know this, but with just a set of man-made wings, you could actually fly on Titan. This is a fact.
Really? That's cool. I'm going to use that. I'm going to use that in my story. How about that?
I mean, that's fine. I'm already using it in a different story, but our stories are different, so that's okay.
Okay, great.
Yeah, it could be a crossover reference.
Absolutely.
But
apparently, it's also the sixth gravitationally rounded moon from Saturn.
Now, Bruce, are you working with our friend here in green, The Wreck? There it is. Oh my gosh, it's beautiful.
I'm sorry, I missed your question. What was it?
Is your avatar also from the comic?
No, my avatar is actually from a different story that I've got on the back burner. This guy's name is Rolf. So it's totally different.
Rolf.
Rolf, yeah.
So I have flashbacks to Ed and Eddie.
Right.
Is he also the son of a shepherd?
Who, the avatar? Rolf? No, I don't think he's son of a shepherd.
Did you name him after your favorite character from the Muppets?
No, actually, no, I did not. Actually, I did not.
Do I get to fight Magda? Oh.
Is there a guy named Fozzie in it, by any chance?
Yes.
No, there is one named Animal, though.
Oh. Yeah, I don't know where we're going with this.
Oh, no.
And what is your relationship with Numbing Dick? I don't know. What is the DI? I can't see the rest of your name, Numbing.
Disaster?
Numbing Disaster. Okay, I apologize.
No,
Are you guys working on this comic together, or what's the deal here?
No, I'm just crashing ninjas and stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, he's just here to put his
That's what
2
I'm
cents
looking
in.
Ninja, you need to permanently share your screen there with everyone. I like your Rob Liefeld gun. That's very cool.
Yeah, you think that looks like a Rob Liefeld gun?
Every gun that's rectangular looks like a Rob Liefeld gun to a kid that grew up in the 90s.
Right, right.
Well, it's only a Rob Liefeld gun, though. If the person holding it has too many patches, or not patches, but pouches to hold anything, and, they have feet that look oddly undrawn with something blocking them.
No one ever complained about the feet in
If
the
you don't
90s.
have multiple pockets, how can you steal all of the things?
This is not Skyrim. Just saying.
So definitely some Liefeld fans in this chat. I would take it.
For sure, man. I collect everything he ever made, even after he blocked me on Twitter.
That
Why-
sounds.
Why would he
All right.
block you on Twitter? You sound like a huge fan.
The only thing I can possibly think is because I used hashtag move the needle to do a comic book review of a Rob Liefeld comic.
Oh, okay.
Like maybe, he's anti-comics gay, even though he doesn't want to say it out loud. I'm not sure.
You already know he is. You already know. Most of these
If,
people in
if he's a professional, he's probably anti-comicscape, probably anti-independent in general.
Ninja, you need to permanently share your screen.
Is it not permanently sharing? How is it not?
See that green bar at the top there? Click this thing that says share with everyone or whatever it says there. The button on the right in the green bar. That's what you need to click. There we go.
that's the never-ending window of.
There it is.
Wow. That's wow.
Excellent.
Excellent, Smithers.
Yeah, this art is fantastic. Just so you know.
Thanks. I appreciate that.
Is it all right if I read what's at the top?
Yeah.
To everyone, I'm an eloquent reader.
Yes.
A recovery team finds themselves in a fight for their lives aboard a derelict terraforming ship. Hired to find the cause of its failure and recover invaluable data logs from the crippled terraforming ship, an asset recovery team finds themselves in a struggle for survival against a rival group, an unknown enemy, and the inevitable demise of the Argo. The Wreck, Into the Breach, is a 24-page full-color science fiction action comic cliffhanger, the first part of a 120-page massive graphic novel.
That's really good. I'm gonna.
Do you want me to do it in a different voice?
I don't, how many voices can you do? Can you do Arthur Morgan from Red Dead Redemption 2?
Oh, no.
I don't play video games. I'm sorry.
Just sound like a country, gunslinger.
Like a good old country
just
gunslinger.
sound like you smoke like 20 sandpaper cigarettes a day.
Exactly.
You want me to sound that way? And I got to do it with some form of southern accent.
No,
Yeah,
sir.
kind of a southern drawl.
Exactly.
No, sir. It's supposed to be a bit more like this. It's supposed to sound a bit more rough, more grizzled, more chiseled, more manly.
I think we got Bob here to do this voice. Perfect.
Yeah,
I could pretend like I'm Alex Jones doing it.
Well, if you're going to do the
We
Alex
travel
show,
to Indiegogo to unravel the truth about the wreck into the breach.
that's true story. That's true story.
I love Sounds Like Pizza. He's done quite a bit of videos of pretending to be Arthur Morgan playing Red Dead online.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh yeah. I think I've seen a couple of those.
It's hilarious. It's him just walking around randomly yelling out for Lenny.
Yeah, I think when I saw he was in Valentine, he was, like, you boys need to get out of my town. This is my town. Quit shooting up my town.
I've only seen one of them. He's got 2 videos of it now.
Yeah, it was pretty good. It's pretty entertaining.
I'd like to say that I really appreciate in your Indiegogo campaign that you actually put the page number in the very top of the description. That's really helpful, in my opinion.
Oh, really? Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of people don't do that. It really irks me.
Well, since I skipped over a couple pages because it's only 24 pages, I didn't want to preview 8 pages of 24 pages. Pretty much so I skipped a couple pages, and I just wanted to make sure people realize that there's pages missing in between what I posted. So I'm happy to hear somebody actually recognize that. So thank you.
And are you the artist?
I'm the artist and the writer. I have a colorist. He goes by the name of Kahonomoko. He enjoys anonymity, so I'll leave it that.
Is he from Hawaii?
No, actually, no. He's from Spain.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Go
He's
figure.
getting a lot of independence from Spain. Kind of weird.
A lot of different artists and colorists. Yeah, I noticed that too. I actually talked to
I think I know like 5 people now that they're like independent artists and colorists that are from Spain.
yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Well, with the internet, it's easier to get work, right? Especially from across the world. So,
Oh, like, hey, good for Spain.
yeah, absolutely.
Well, ish.
Well,
Because just
if you get too deep into details, you can always say that.
yeah, well, but I'm also trying to behave myself. Everyone who knows me knows how quickly I can turn things political. So,
Does this book have reticuloids in it?
Oh well.
see,
Oh, I saw something about xenomorphs.
you gotta watch out for them reticuloids. They show up, they put the sword in your comics, turn all your
I would
comic
love
book
to
characters gay.
I would love to see a Dead Space themed comic, but instead of necromorphs, it's reticuloids.
Yeah, I'd have to say no. It doesn't have reticuloids. It does have xenomorphs, but
All right. Fair
Oh,
enough.
should I read this part too? Tell me
You
what tell me what ACOR stands for before I read any further.
ACOR doesn't. Well, here's a secret. ACOR doesn't stand for anything. It's the name of the corporation that owns the asset recovery team.
It has to stand for something because over here in the little logo it says A period C period O period R period.
Yes, that's for dramatic effect. ACOR, if you read it backwards, is Roca. Roca for the longest time was my online gaming persona.
Oh, okay. So you're just a big fan of Almond Roca.
Yes, exactly.
Okay, I'll read it. Let me cough real quick. Into the breach. Oh, should I do it? You guys want me to do it as a black man from Arkansas, or do you want me to do it, as like a guy reading a radio broadcast from the 1930s?
Well, you know what?
We want you to bring that old-timey 1930s radio man talk. You need to make it somewhat interesting and hilarious.
Is there a consensus on that?
I'll say is you do you, boo.
Do it.
Called me Boo. I feel good about that.
Do it.
Into the breach. The ACOR Asset Recovery Team is contracted to track down and recover invaluable data from a lost terraforming ship, the Argo, that was bound for Saturn's moon Titan. Immediately after boarding, Logan, Sam, Nikki, Bjorn, Will, and the handler, Angelica, quickly find themselves in a fight for their lives with a rival recovery firm and an unknown species of spacefaring parasites quickly labeled xenomorphs that have been feeding off the cargo. Can Logan convince the rest of the team to work with their rivals long enough to fight off the xenomorphs and finish the contract before the Argo meets its doom?
That was fantastic.
That really was. That's actually hilarious and on point.
That was.
Felt like I was back watching Justice League.
No, that's more like Legend of Korra.
Yeah, it's a bit more Legend of Korra.
That's like old timey radio. What are you talking about?
Uh-huh.
I learned
You're
that.
singing this
Wells
Tin
himself.
Can. Yeah.
That was still awesome. Let's see.
Damn, Ninja, what the hell are you doing with 114 notifications? You know what else saying that?
As humanity has gained the knowledge to travel within its solar system with a certain amount of confidence, the global plan to colonize Titan, Saturn's most hospitable moon, began to take shape. Billion-dollar corporations bid on the right to be the first to establish terraforming colonies on the moon, and only approved after the plan and the price was doable. With all new ventures, though, comes the risk and inevitable snag. ...
That's really good. If I ever go to an Audible book, I'm gonna hire you to do it.
Oh, I would be happy. My services are for sale.
Separate. Nice.
Is this a robot talking, or is this a human in a suit?
Human in a suit.
Humans in the suit. Mm-hmm. Okay. The dialogue, what you're seeing with the little is supposed to represent
Probably more over
a radio or comm. Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
Static.
I need to sit rep now. Logan, answer me.
Will you let me do my job? I can't do the girl's voice. I'm sorry.
Oh, come on.
I'm testosterone overload. I can't do. I always end up sounding like I'm just like some flamer or something when I do it.
Then do it. They pretend like you're in drag or something.
You don't want me to pretend like it sounds too similar to my 1930s voice. Mommy dearest thing I do.
I'll read the lady parts. Damn
yeah, you read the lady parts.
Find out.
Spread them out and read them.
Another ship.
Is it in Braille?
These are good. Like I like this art though a lot. Like it's very aesthetically pleasing. I enjoy this art very much.
Thanks. Appreciate that.
I like your colors too. The way he did those blue jeans, I dig it.
He does do blue jeans pretty well.
Those are blue jeans. I guess they could be yoga, like gray yoga pants, maybe bluish gray yoga pants.
Well, yeah, I think yoga pants would probably be more popular.
In space for sure.
Yeah, especially in space.
Totally.
We could use some intel. Will? I don't know what these guys look like, so it's hard for me to decide what they sound like.
Will is I guess you could say Asian.
Like Asian American or like
yeah
Asian.
No, more Asian American. Yeah, I don't know if he would have an accent or not, but
No, they probably wouldn't. It would just sound like me or Tim Lim.
right, exactly.
Well, somebody has to do the voice. It can't just be me doing all the voices.
I think you're doing a fine job. Yeah.
2 minutes. The box is having trouble handshaking with the Argo.
You had to go with the most.
And demonetized.
You got to be monetized to be demonetized. So.
Yeah, we're golden.
Ewan, Sam, move when Nikki does.
Copy.
Oh, I forgot the. Sorry, guys. Screwing this all up.
I'll do all the chick voices.
Nikki, no! Fire in the hole! It's on. Sorry.
That's what she said.
I read that like I was Asian.
Right. Yeah. I totally got that.
From right to left, yeah. For anybody out there.
That's hilarious.
This is the wreck.
This is totally the wreck. Totally. So.
The wreck. Yep. If you didn't catch on, the wreck is in reference to the ship.
Yeah.
No, I
had no idea that was even a thing.
Yeah, right?
I would never realize that until you pointed it out.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm glad I could help.
Very, very subtle.
And this is a sequel to the movie Crash with Sandra Bullock. Is that right?
Yes,
This is
yes,
Wreck?
totally.
Yes.
Totally. How'd you know?
Just lucky guess. Smart like that.
It's a sequel to The Wire.
Oh, okay.
Little did you know.
Do people still know that show? They should.
Probably
That's
not.
good.
I think you can still watch it on demand.
You
Probably.
get it at your local block, but oh wait, never mind.
All I gotta say is thank you to Matt for the one who has stated on several occasions he's Asian, making the joke hero.
I'm not Asian. I'm not Asian.
Not talking about.
Is there another Matt that's Asian in here?
Yeah,
In the chat and
Matt Trent, cranky writer.
on the YouTube chat.
Yeah.
Okay. Maybe I should go watch that.
You're not watching it? That's so weird.
I should be. I'm addicted to watching the chat. I forget that I'm on the stream sometimes, actually.
That's funny.
That was a nice reading of the book, though. I appreciate that because it was good.
It's my pleasure.
The writer says, "Hello."
Mm-hmm. But we were just talking about that. Yes,
we should read it again, but in a different voice this time.
right now I'm having to deal with a demanding cat demanding attention. Yeah, what now, bud? What now? What now? Oh, was it because you're not getting attention the way you want it? A demanding cat demanding attention.
Wow, I heard that twice. Did anybody hear that twice?
I heard
did.
it twice.
It tripped me out too.
I know.
The internet loves cats so much that they had to make sure that it was heard twice by all those
Just
around
have
the world.
to double make sure.
Google's recording all this.
I just thought it was my dementia catching up with me.
Well, that too. That too. None of us are really here. It's just this is all happening in your imagination.
This is all happening in your imaginations.
Exactly.
Okay, I'm freaked out now.
Okay, I'm freaked out now.
That is awesome.
Kill them all.
Yes, do it. Do it now.
I've got an urge to go get my gun. I don't know.
Right. All I gotta say
Peter.
all I gotta say to that is,
No responsibility.
is that you, Mario? Or no, is that you, Satan? No, it's me, Mario.
No. If you watch Game Theory enough times.
Yeah. Mario is a psychopath. Like, that's not even fucking playing. Mario is a psychopath. Everything. Well, his dad is a psychopath.
There comes a point in a man's life when you jump on so many turtles and brutally kill them, you go a little cuckoo.
Mm-hmm.
Ain't that the truth?
What about his brother? Is his brother a psychopath too?
He's more of the abuse slave chained up in the basement.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah.
I think he molested Toadstool.
Well, I mean, I see Ninja, you linking up the Indiegogo after I do it. I see your game.
Yep, totally.
Just gotta drop those links as much as I possibly can. Because we want to we want to get the rec funded. Everybody get that word out tonight.
That's not what's happening. You're just trying to take Abbott's job. You're just trying to take Abbott's job.
Let me just start by saying, Mighty Geek Studios. The topic tonight is why have you not clicked the thumbs up button yet?
Exactly.
The second topic is The Wreck, available right now on Indiegogo.
Apparently, Mighty Geek wants to join the stream.
I suppose I can throw a link down for you.
Wait, hold it before you do that. Did you like and subscribe?
Oh, we just got another like, so. Everybody out there, thank you for liking, subscribing, and sharing this out to everybody. Get the word out because we want to see the wreck get fully funded.
Exactly.
We want to go into the breach, and we want to know what the hell happened.
Yeah.
Once you go into the breach, you can't go back.
That's right. There's no turning back.
That is no lie.
Like going black.
Well,
That's what I've heard.
well, obviously, you haven't met someone we like to call Michael Jackson.
The famous musician?
Yeah.
Or is there another one?
Hey now, there's thankfully only one Michael Jackson. Only problem.
That was a good joke, Bob, but you broke up.
Yeah, you went robot.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me.
The system has returned.
I always felt bad for Farrah Fawcett because she died like that the morning that Michael Jackson died. And
Well-
everybody just like totally forgot about it. And I figure when Farrah Fawcett died and got to heaven, God was probably like, well, Farrah, welcome to heaven. You made it. And, you know, just as a nice little thing to do, I give everyone one wish when they get to heaven. And Farrah Fawcett probably thought about it for a while and said, well, God, I guess I would just want to know that all the children of earth are safe. So God killed Michael Jackson.
The true story. Legit true story.
Mm.
Okay, don't laugh. It's fine. Don't laugh.
No, it's
I don't think
hilarious.
Michael did it anyway, so.
There's a train coming.
I'm trying to be a good boy and not be political, so I'm not
I
allowed
don't
to
think
laugh.
Michael Jackson wasn't running for a party.
No, he was
Depends on who you ask.
it's not the kind of party you were thinking of.
All I want to say is that they don't really care about us. All I want to say is that they don't really care about us.
That's I don't care
Favorite
about.
Michael song.
Really? That just wow. I hate to say it, I don't have a favorite Michael Jackson song because, quite frankly, I was never a Michael Jackson fan.
What, dude? Bob, everybody was a Michael Jackson fan.
I definitely do not like his covers. He doesn't do good covers.
Like, dude, you gotta understand. I may have been born in '83. Doesn't mean I did everything and was
He
like
was
co-signed all the '83, '80s kid stuff. Michael Jackson was one of the things I refused to co-sign.
What'd you like instead? NKOTB?
Dude, I was in the '80s. I didn't like. I was a
Kids on the
kid.
Block? I guess I was 90.
I did watch the new Kids on the Block cartoon. That's about it. Mainly because it came on before.
There
Well,
was
no,
a
it
New
came on.
Kids on the Block cartoon.
You actually remember that?
I
Well,
didn't.
it came on like right after Turtles, and so let's see. The Saturday morning lineup was the Police Academy cartoon, the Ghostbusters cartoon, then finally the Turtles, then Gem, then New Kids on the Block.
I do remember that Police Academy cartoon. That was good.
Jeez, even on my non-political, non-drama Twitter account, I'm still seeing Wheeler stuff. It's getting that deep, isn't it?
Well, Tumblr did finally die. I'm just saying. All the weebs had to go somewhere.
No,
Don't
Wheeler. Wheeler.
Hey, all right. There's Jimmy.
Let's invite her in here to just talk about it. Do you guys? No?
What's up, bitches?
What's up?
We are just chilling out
What's
this
up, Blue?
evening, just hanging out.
Jimmy, was Michael Jackson the greatest performer of the 1980s or what? Pop star. I mean, pop.
Fuck no.
Who was?
Kate R in the chat is asking, no one
My
drawing.
man.
Anyone drawing right here, right now?
You
As
can
we
get
speak?
someone to start drawing cat if you want.
Prince. You asked a question. Prince.
Okay. I agree. Prince was great.
I mean,
Prince
Michael Jackson's good, but I mean,
He was talented. He was very talented. I'd be
he was
lying. if I
extremely
didn't know.
talented. But Prince was the Mozart of our time.
Suppose if your dad beat the
Well,
shit out of you with an
well,
electrical
Kate R,
cord,
I
you'd be
guess no one's
talented
drawing
too.
right now.
Yeah.
Your answer.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, let's just be honest. Michael Jackson has been, always will be, good at performing. He was good at, dancing, things like that, and giving a good visual show to match his music. But I'm sorry, if you're going to talk about greatest, singer, artist, whatever of our lifetime, I'm sorry, Freddie Mercury, man. You can't beat that man's voice. Voice alone.
I don't know. I'm still going with Prince. Prince had a 5 octave range just like Freddie did.
What gave you the idea of wanting to do the wreck?
What gave me the idea to want to do the wreck?
Was it Michael Jackson or
initially, what happened to have you say, you know what, I want to make this. I want this to be the thing.
Well, I was listening to a Prince song one time. No, actually, no.
Have you ever heard Raspberry Beret? It's really inspiring.
I have. I actually like it.
Yeah.
But you guys and your pop culture references just remind me how old I really am.
How
So,
old are you really?
I'm 53.
Oh, you're older than me, man.
Oh my gosh.
You're older than me.
I'm
You
at.
shouldn't
I'm,
tell people that. Based on your avatar and your voice, I would have guessed like 32.
well, I'll take it. I'll take it.
Definitely.
Just continue to think I'm 32. That'll be fantastic.
Cat really wants someone to draw.
You
Can we
know.
get someone in this to draw?
Cat does.
Yeah,
What,
Cat R.
wrote?
I'll leave that to Ninja. He's the, as far as I know, the best guy equipped for that.
Ninjas on it. So
Cause I'm just saying, my art looks like a chicken scratch from a 3-year-old that actually,
mm.
that's actually a compliment. Let's just be honest. A
So,
3-year-old.
so
That's
that's
a
the
real
whole story behind
compliment,
the
man.
wreck there, Bruce. You just heard a Prince story. You heard a Prince
No.
song. It's like, you know what? I want to make this comic now.
No. The story behind the wreck was the story started quite a while ago, 6 or 7 years ago. But I initially pitched it as a video game idea for a company I used to work for. So when it got rejected because of financial reasons, I took the IP and I decided to turn it into a graphic novel, the story. So,
Okay.
I can see that.
yeah.
You can see that.
And
Yeah,
that's,
so that was.
and that's what they get for rejecting your idea.
Well, they didn't want to.
And now you're already like almost $2,000 funded. Isn't there egg on their face?
That's right. That's $2,000 they'll never get. So
That's true.
Sorry.
Almost 2,000 out of 3,500 of the initial goal.
yep.
Nice, man. Good
Yep.
job.
Yeah, thanks. I appreciate it. Yeah. Appreciate all the backers too. It's awesome. Can't do it without you. So
Let's how about we look into some of these perks you got for the and we got a $10, a $3, $7, $15, $30, $35, $45, 200 and 500, but though the 200 and 500 are already sold out apparently.
yeah, those were the two pieces of original art that I was offering. So
And I see that 200 and 500 for both the backing and the shipping, probably because of the original art.
right.
All right, so for the $10, which is the featured one, it's just the physical copy, and it also covers the shipping of it.
Right.
It's pretty good. It's estimated for March.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. The book is completed, art complete, except for the final page and the cover, because those are traditionally done. And I was waiting to see if the campaign was going to be successful, and if people were going to buy those two things. So aside from the cover, wraparound cover, and the final page, the art is complete on it except for the coloring. I just need to send it.
So the book itself is pretty much done. It's just all the neat little touches that's left.
Yeah, some little touches. I noticed when I get ready to send pages to the colorist, I might tweak a panel here and there, so change it up a little bit. But other than that, and the coloring, it's ready to go to print. So
That's fair. $3, which is the digital copy. That's fair.
Yeah.
yeah,
$7 is just the physical copy. The plus on the $10 is a sign. You just sign print. Okay.
right. Yeah.
Okay, so 10 and 7 are pretty much the same, but the $10 gets you a signature.
$10 gets you a print as well. Yeah. The $10 one gives you the book, the digital copy, and a 6x9 black and white signed print. And the $7 one is everything except for the print. You don't get the print.
Okay. For 15, you get 2 times physical copy and the physical print.
Right.
Okay, that's pretty neat. 30, you get the digital copy and an exclusive T-shirt.
Yep. The only thing
that's actually a pretty good looking T-shirt, actually.
Yeah, if you look in the campaign there, That's the back of it. Excuse me. The emblem's on the back, and on the front it says crew, like your crew member.
It's like a corporate style thing. I actually kind of like it.
Yeah, it's like a corporate logo. Yeah.
Then for 35, you get the physical copy with the signed print and the T-shirt.
Yes, sir.
Yep, that's cool. And 45 for the troops. Okay, so you get 5. Okay, so you get your signed physical copy, a digital copy, and you also send 5 physical copies to troops via Operation Gratitude.
That's correct. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so how about the troops by giving them something to read to pass the time on their downtime?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
That one's always nice, and it looks like that one is actually limited, 6 out of 20 claims. So there's only 14 left on that one.
Yep. Yes, sir.
So you just happen to think that a nice thing to do would be to all the perks and stuff, or did you think about doing that already before you did the campaign?
Oh, for the troops one, I didn't have that as an idea initially, but I did start it when I started the campaign. I saw that a couple other campaigns were doing it, and I wanted to get involved to do the same thing. I served in the U.S. Army in the 80s, in the early 80s. I actually joined up when I was 17. I graduated high school early, so I joined the Army.
And I bet when you were off duty, you were like, man, I wish I had something to read right now.
That's right. I was like, I told my parents, I said, send me some comic books. I need something to read.
I need to pass the time.
Yeah.
I need something to distract myself from all the things I've done.
That's right. No, the only difference, I didn't serve overseas. I didn't have it rough like that. I was a peacetime server, so there you go.
That's fair enough.
Yeah.
But overall, I think these are actually some pretty good perks. What do you guys think?
They are pretty good. They are pretty good perks.
I really can't complain too much.
Definitely.
I like them a lot.
Right. I'm going to have to back out because apparently I'm still fighting with my net. So
that sounds about right.
That's the whole reason why I didn't have meeting of. That's the whole reason why I didn't have meeting of the minds today, because of the fact that I've been fighting my net. Like, all right.
Glad to have
you
you.
fight nets. You always get tangled up in them.
Well,
it's good to meet you, man. It's good to talk to you.
Yeah.
But I will definitely catch y'all later. I would like to get you on a meeting of the minds, possibly next week, Bruce.
Yeah, absolutely. Just hit me up on a DM. It's good talking to you.
Oh, most definitely. Catch y'all later.
Catch you later.
Have a good one, Bob.
See you, Bob.
All right, Bob. Have a good one.
So,
did you guys go through the story before I got here?
We
yeah,
can do it again though if you want.
We got into the overview.
Is this the one where there's like a derelict ship, and then there's a team that goes on there and they start fighting aliens? Is that the one?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
So,
I like that.
I noticed that we're at you got 61 backers so far, and you're 53% funded.
Yeah, I know. Fantastic. Thanks a lot. It's all this extra exposure I'm getting lately. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, well, we want this.
Yeah, it's a cool project, man. Good
Thanks.
job.
I appreciate that.
So, apparently this overview, it says that it's supposed to be like a 120-page graphic novel. If this ever gets like done, fully funded, this, that, and the other, do you have like any more plans to have to do with this, or are you just waiting to see what will happen once everything's done?
Yeah, the plan is if I reach full funding on this and there's some interest in it, I want to finish the story. Well, not really finish the story. The story is a 120-page story, and to do it in a timely manner, I would split it into 2 different 60-page graphic novels. This book is a 24-page introduction. It's a slice of that 120-page story. Mm-hmm. And if this gets funded, and I go into the two 60-page graphic novels, this story that exists in that bigger story gets told from a different perspective, if that makes any sense from it. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So.
But is it like done and over on that 120 pages, or do you plan on doing something else with like a different story, but within the same universe?
No, it's pretty much the same story. It's a story about the wreck, the Argo, the ship, and what happens on the ship, and the inevitable conclusion. And I'd like to finish it, but I do have there's another particular project that I have. It's in pre-production. I'm doing concept sketches and concept art for the main characters of a book written by a guy by the name of John LaChase. It's called Go to Hell. So, and I plan on, we plan on having that out sometime in the summer or in the fall of next year. So,
okay, so you do have plans for future things to do also.
Right, exactly, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I like the comic book industry. I like doing art for it and telling stories, and I wouldn't even mind working with other people too. Working with writers or whatever to bring other projects to life. It just depends on what it is and how much time I have and things of that nature. So
that's fair enough.
Yeah.
So,
That's fair enough.
anybody else have any questions?
Yeah, I have one, but I think you've already answered. But what else do you have planned for this universe?
The immediate plans that I don't have any further immediate plans other than telling this story. But if there's enough interest in it, I wouldn't mind expanding on it. Either branching off to a book about the actual A-Corps team or the rival team or any of the characters that are in there.
The xenomorphs that apparently are a thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That, I mean, there's a whole nother story about that. They're like, the xenomorphs act like they're attracted to exotic energy sources, things, high energy sources. So they act kind of like, bees, like hive of bees or whatever the aliens do. So they.
So they're also kind of a bit like Zurich or Tyranids.
Yeah, very similar. Yep.
Yeah, that's fair. And apparently your Indiegogo here says that you did some self-publishment, No Ninja Man and Night Masters.
Yep, that was a long time ago. That was the mid '80s.
In the mid 1980s.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, a long time ago. I was young. I was about 22 when I did it, and you could tell that I had a lot to learn. But I did it. I had 6 issues of Night Masters that I published, and 1 issue of a parody book called No Ninja Man.
No ninjas.
Yeah, it was back then in the 80s. It was all about ninjas. Everything was ninja, right? So
why's it always gotta be ninjas?
It's kind of like what zombies were for a while there, and then pirates, and stuff like that.
In almost every action flick, there has to be at least one ninja in there.
Yeah. So a buddy of mine wrote a story about a guy that didn't like. His name was Clarence. He owned a comic book shop, and he was like a Walter Mitty. I don't know if you guys are familiar with that story, but he was a daydreamer, right? So he always dreamed about kicking ninjas around, kicking their butt, because he had a girlfriend that belonged to an Asian family who were into ninjutsu and stuff like that. So, so he took care of them with weapons. Yeah. So. It was a ninja. It was a fun little story. I enjoyed it.
So,
but your girlfriend is a ninja.
This one might be very easy to answer, but fantasy or sci-fi?
My preference?
Yeah, your preference.
I've always been a big sci-fi fan. I do like fantasy as well. It's just that I'm more attracted to science fiction. I just always have been.
You never really see a whole lot of sci-fi, a whole lot.
No, you don't, and that's why.
Unless they're like major, huge, mainstream names, you don't see a whole lot of sci-fi.
No, you really don't. That's why anytime that something sci-fi comes out, even if it's bad, I'll do my part to support it no matter what. I mean, from bad TV series on the Sci-Fi Channel to to even good ones. I mean, the recent series, The Expanse, based on the book Leviathan Wakes.
Yeah,
I find that really good. I really like that one. It's a really good one. I read the book and I like the book. Well, there's a series of books, but I read the first one. Yeah, so. But there's been some bad sci-fi too.
I could feel that. I can respect that.
Yeah, I mean, what about you guys? You fantasy, sci-fi, both? What?
I like both equally. I just I find finding a good fantasy movie is a lot harder than finding a good science fiction movie.
It is.
Really, I mostly find it's easier to get into fantasy than sci-fi. There's a lot less workaround you have to do.
Yeah.
Come on, Matt. There's Deathstalker too. Come on.
There's Deathstalker 2. There's Sorceress. I liked Wizards of the Lost Kingdom when I'm a kid, but that's pure trash now.
I find that bad sci-fi didn't have a whole lot of just awful techno babble going on.
Yeah. But if you really want hard hitting,
what do they call that? They call that smart sci-fi or something like.
Even some Star Wars and some Star Trek have bad techno babble going on sometimes.
Oh, I think. I think Next Generation was probably one of the worst ones for techno babble. I think, in my opinion. Yeah.
Neutrinos and shit.
Great. I think Star Wars tried to keep it on the minimum, but it happened.
Oh,
but it happened. You got more than your fair share of moisture farmers.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But if you're really into hard-hitting fantasy, like the Conan and Red Sonja, stuff like that, that's hard to find.
Yeah, low fantasy that's quality is just very difficult to find.
I kind of liked how Game of Thrones started out as low fantasy, then it went high pretty quickly.
Well, have you guys ever read series of books? I think the first, I don't know if the series is called this or if the first book is called The Blade Itself.
Yeah, I read that.
No. Yeah, that's pretty. I think that's low fantasy, isn't it? Yeah.
No, that's grimdark fantasy.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Grimdark.
There's a series that I read that was pretty low fantasy. It's called Graceland.
Okay.
The only thing that was magical about that is that at random points, random people from different kingdoms would have one of their eyes change color, like early on in life, and that would indicate that they had a grace or just something they're really, really good at doing naturally.
Okay.
Like someone could be like the best swordsman you've ever seen, or can climb a tree really freaking fast and hold their breath for like 5 minutes, or be really great at making a cake. They're just really good at one thing in life. But it happens to random people at random times. And the only true sign of it is that one of their eyes change color. So they got heterochromity in their eyes.
Oh, that's interesting. What was the name of it?
It's called Graceling. It's got 2 books, Graceling and Bitter Blue, and it has a spin-off called Fire.
Okay, all right.
Pretty good.
Sounds to me like it lacks focus.
There's I don't know. There's a series of books that I think would be cool if somebody made it into a series or even a comic book. It's called the Nightside series.
Kristen Cashel. That's her name.
Yeah.
Kristen Cashel.
Okay.
That might be good. Those might be good as a comic book series.
Have you seen the Nightside series? Have you seen it?
Oh
It's by
yeah,
Simon R. Green. And
yeah. I've seen them.
it's
That's
very
what I
cool.
said. Those would be good as a comic series.
Yeah, and they have a lot of really dark humor, and there's a lot of horror, a lot of sexy too. I like that.
Yeah.
Is there any,
Nice.
is there any sexy
No,
in the wreck?
Uh, there is, but not in this particular book. But there is in the
Oh
whole
man.
story. Yeah, I know.
So,
I know.
sexy armor and sexy weapons.
Well, there's some sexy weapons in this book, but basically, well, apparently their leaf field designer or life field. I'm sorry, how do you pronounce it?
Liefeld.
Life field. Okay.
Liefeld.
But yeah, but as far as like Slick Jimmy sexy, that's that appears in this story, but not this particular book. Sorry.
Oh man, I'll still buy it. That's all right. Everybody buy it, even though there's no sex in it. There's lots of violence and exploding aliens. We like that.
There is. There's lots of violence, explosions, and
just high octane fun.
It is. It's like somebody asked me to try to describe it. I told them it was like a popcorn comic instead of a popcorn movie. It was a popcorn comic. So
Yeah, see, Neo Star gets it. Sexy weapons, even better.
That's right. Sexy weapons. Don't forget it.
Yeah.
Be good. So, oh, congratulations, by the way, Slick, on your campaign. You did really well.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
We're still campaigning. It's kind of slowed down a little bit, but we'll see what happens by the end of it.
I wonder who this is that Ninja is drawing. I have no idea.
Who that? Oh yeah,
looks good.
It is. Absolutely baffles me.
Oh, I know who this is.
I got a request in the chat and asked for somebody to be drawing, which I mean, we do a lot of drawing on this channel over here, so I figured, why not? I really enjoy how the
gives us something to look at while we gab on.
Yeah. So, did you
I
have?
figured I'd
Why did you choose Dead? Why did you choose Deadshot, man? Tell me that.
Just figured I'd do a little something here.
Of all the characters to draw, you had to choose Deadshot.
Will Smith, is that you?
Anybody else that wants to grab a pencil and draw along?
I am shit at drawing. I'm good. I've done enough humiliating myself in my time.
No, I just
I drew something.
When Twitter unsuspends me on its own, I'll start drawing.
I drew something the other night. That's good enough for the year. So there we go.
Slick participated in the ninja draw the other night that we had on our
challenge.
channel.
I tried drawing and I tried to show it off, but it ended up so horrible I killed the stream.
Yeah.
Is that a regular?
It would be being a boomer. It had absolutely nothing to do with that.
Is that a regular for you guys? You do drawing streams where you all just start drawing?
No, we just kind of goof
Most of us
around.
do anyway.
No, it
Yeah,
just
that
happened to
was
be like
mostly
National Ninja Day, and Ninja just had to make it a thing.
Yeah, it was. Coincidentally International Ninja Day, and
we didn't know it was International Ninja Day when we set it up.
that's the thing.
Sure,
Too.
y'all didn't.
I didn't.
It was that sixth ninja sense that just told us to do it.
Yeah.
We were like,
And then all of a sudden, it's like, I get this message that says, "Did you know that it's International Ninja Day?" I was like, "What?"
International Ninja Day.
darn right, and yeah, we had quite the
Not
blast.
only did we not know, we had no clue. It even existed.
So, how did you get started with the rec? I mean, is this just something you played around with as you were doing other things, or are you a professional artist? Is that what you do?
Yeah, I guess you could call me professional. I worked in the game industry prior to doing the rec campaign. Did that for 15 years as a 3D modeler and UI artist, and then
But what games have you worked on, if any of them actually came out?
games that actually came out. I worked on an MMO called World War II Online, which eventually turned into Battleground Europe. It was a World War II simulator.
I think I've actually heard that one.
Yeah, you might have. It never garnered a big crowd. I think at the highest point,
I don't know why, but I was like waiting for you to like make it like Scarlet Blade or something. Just something just out there.
Oh no! I mean, unfortunately, anything I worked on didn't net me a lot of royalty money or anything. So I mainly ended up working on World War II tanks and airplanes and infantry with the very low poly counts. So
I would say the only like MMOs I've ever played involve World War II, like the old History Channel games.
oh right, yeah. There was a couple good ones actually. There's a couple good ones. I don't know if they were massively multiplayer, but there were a couple really good strategy-based World War II games. But yeah, I worked on that for 15 years. Before that, I just worked on mods for like Tribes and Quake 2. And then,
yeah, I love some Quake.
yeah.
I used to play Quake when I was a kid. I haven't really gotten back into it, all the new stuff with it coming out.
Yeah, I mean, I quit after working on the mods. I think I just got burnt out on working on those, and then the small group of people, we worked on a Space Hulk mod for Dawn of War. Dawn of War, yeah, and yeah, it did all right. And then
was this before or after actual Space Hulk the game came out?
It was well. It was before what you can get now, like off of Steam. But I don't know if you remember an old first-person shooter Space Hulk game.
I think I do.
I can't remember the publisher right now, but this particular game this mod came out after that one. But so I worked on that for a little while, and then I got a job at this company down here in Texas because I'm originally from Kansas. So moved down to Texas and started working on this game, and they downsized after they started losing subscriber numbers. And so
I can assume you're kind of a big Warhammer fan.
I do like Warhammer 40K.
Is it just 40K, or do you also get into fantasy a bit?
I'm sorry, what?
Is it just 40K, or do you also like fantasy?
I've never really played fantasy battles. I've played 40K. I played some different forms or different rip-offs of 40K
with the actual figurines.
Yeah. I played I played Space Wolves. I had a little squad of Space Wolves. Yeah. Huh?
It's the joke from Alpha Boosa. Every time the Space Wolves are mentioned, Magnus just has to scream out, "Fucking furries!"
So yeah, I played. I had a squad of that, but it got really expensive for me trying to maintain an army and then painting them all as well. It's very involved hobby.
It's incredibly expensive to try and get in now.
Yeah, for sure.
That's the only reason why I haven't done anything with figurines, because I was born too early to get in on it when it was actually affordable.
Yeah. I mean, one of my favorite games, as far as Games Workshop goes, is the actual original Space Hulk box set. Right, I actually own 2 of those, and I painted all the figures. that's when the figures weren't made out of pewter. I think they actually had some lead in them, you know.
Yeah.
And so I think I still have that whole set packed away because I don't.
I got like a thing on my bucket list that pretty much says I want to play at least one game of Path to Glory.
Oh right,
Just Path to Glory, and I'll be happy because Path to Glory actually sounds pretty fun.
Yeah,
that sounds like fun.
Path to Glory, if people don't know what it is, that is basically nothing but chaos. It's just chaos, but you make war bands dedicated to a chaos god. You got to fight another chaos god war band and try and become a demon lord underneath that chaos god by defeating your enemy enough times. That's what the whole thing. That's what Path to Glory is all about. And I just want to play that so badly.
Basically, it's a supernatural Monopoly.
I don't know. I always found I'm no expert on it, but I always found the lore in Warhammer 40K, or as my friend likes to tease me, it's not 40K, it's 40,000, whatever. I always found it interesting.
But 40K is so much quicker to say.
It is.
Yeah.
It is. Yeah. Has a little bit more
syllable.
Yeah. Well, it has a little bit more power to it. You say 40K, right? Okay. 40,000. Okay, whatever.
40K.
The guy's an elitist snob. It's 40K.
Yeah. I agree, man. 40K.
Yeah.
40,000 millennium.
Right. You don't even know what it stands for.
Hell, Emperor.
So, but yeah. Oh, I don't know if I answered your question. But yeah, the rec was an idea that I started years ago, and then I wanted to pitch it as a video game idea, third person, 4-player co-op
shooter kind of a thing.
Yeah, 4-player co-op, and
there is not enough co-op games out right now.
No, I know, and even then, back then, there wasn't either. I mean, there's a couple good games.
Oh, okay, what do you mean co-op? What do you mean co-op? Do you mean like online co-op or like on the same couch, same TV screen co-op?
No, online co-op. Things like, well, think about, you ever played, I don't know if you play video games, but if you have you ever played Dead Space?
Oh, yeah. I've played all of them except for 3.
Well, 3 is the one where you play with your buddy, right? You can play with a friend. They basically connect to your game, and then it's co-op. It's a co-op experience through the story.
The other guy, I forgot what his name was.
Yeah, but what was really interesting. Yeah, what was really interesting about that though is that there was a separate story for the other guy. Like if I hosted the game and I was the main character, and my co-op companion, he was playing. There's one point in the game, spoilers, okay? So if you don't want to know the spoiler, it's a point in the game where your friend who's playing the other guy, the character thinks he's going crazy because he keeps hearing voices and stuff that your character and me, I was playing the other guy, we couldn't hear. We couldn't hear what was going on with him, even though we're in the same area, fighting the same enemies. He was experiencing something a little different. So so they did a really good job with that. And I was thinking there's something, just 4-player, get 3 of your friends to play with you. So
one of my favorite Halo games was ODST, and it was mostly because how me and 3 of my other friends played the game.
Right.
We went on like balls to the wall legendary mode, and we role played as an actual squad with set roles as to what our specialists were. It was the funnest thing I've ever done.
Yeah. Well, was that a good game? Obviously, if you played quite a bit of it.
Oh, yeah. I loved ODST. I mostly loved it because you weren't playing as Master Chief. You were basically just an elite regular guy. So already the game played a lot differently. It shook things up a bit. And plus it introduced Firefight, which is a great mode.
Cool. Yeah, I never got a chance to play that. So.
And it also added the engineer aliens, which were frustrating but also fun to fight against at the same time. They were the ones that like gave everyone like extra shields and kept repairing the shields.
Oh,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah. It was pretty fun. And if you were too close to them when you killed them, they explode and you take a shit ton of damage.
Yeah.
Nice.
They're so annoying. But hey, I role played as the sniper guy, so I'd have to worry about that. And the only reason why I was even role playing as the sniper guy is because like 3 or 4 times in a row I managed to kill like 2 aliens with 1 shot. That's the only reason.
Yeah, but after a while, it does get boring to be the sniper guy.
Not when you play on legendary. There's nothing but engineers and brutes and hunters. And you got all that stat play going on. I'm like, nah, I'll hang back here. Y'all get punched in the face 50 times. It just gets hysterical to watch them flail around all over the place.
I see where you're going.
Yeah. What was y'all's favorite Halo? Did you ever play Halo? I swear, if I hear a single Halo 4.
Halo 4.
Maybe I loved Halo 4.
Yeah, everybody loves some Halo.
I love Halo 4.
I don't.
Mm-hmm. Sure,
Halo
you did.
4 not so much, but Halo 3 definitely was my jam.
Halo 3 was alright.
Mm.
I like Halo 2 a bit more, but Halo 3 is pretty solid.
Yeah.
My real shit.
Best.
You notice a pattern in me. I prefer games that kind of shake the norm.
Yeah.
ODST, but as my second favorite would have to be Halo Wars.
Oh, yeah.
I like Halo Wars. I definitely need to play Halo Wars 2. I need to get that at some point.
Halo. Oh, is that the new one for Xbox One?
Halo Wars is the strategy game.
Yeah, I know that. I'm talking about the new one that they just came out with a new one, didn't they?
Oh, they just came out with a new one? Well, last time I knew it was like Halo Wars 2, which was like maybe a couple of years ago.
Was it? Wow, was it that long ago?
Yeah, Halo Wars was before the Xbox One.
Yeah.
It was what? Before the Xbox One?
Before the Xbox One.
Gaming for a while.
My favorite thing to do on Halo Wars was to play as the Covenant, just load up a shit ton of mineral intake, like supply docks, and just play the Arbiter and just play nothing but the Arbiter, just one man solo Diablo / the entire map.
Yeah.
It was too much fun.
A lot of people did that. That's
It was the funnest thing to do.
That was the best part about that one.
Just turn Halo Wars, the strategy game, into a Halo Diablo slasher.
Exactly. You could do it, get away with it, and rack up points, unseen points.
Speaking of Diablo, let's not talk about Diablo Immortals. Let's not talk about.
No.
They didn't get a very good reception.
Plus a travesty.
Diablo Immortals over here. That's for the quartering.
I also love how Blizzard's reaction to that was like, "What? Don't you guys have phones? Don't you all have phones?"
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah, nobody wants to play it on their fucking phone.
No.
Yeah, I love that one guy that went up to the podium for questions like, yeah, isn't this just a off-schedule April Fool's joke?
You
like,
think?
No, It's not.
You'd think it was.
That's where every media company right here, right now, is just setting themselves on fire. They don't want to be huge anymore. They don't want to be big anymore. They don't want to make money anymore. They just want to die.
First of all, most gamers don't even play games on their phone.
No.
The ones who do are all women, really. Look at the
Candy
statistics. They're all
Crush is
women.
not a gamer's game. Candy Crush does not count.
No.
I'm sorry,
is the
but you're not going to tell me you're a gamer when you play Candy Crush.
No. I'm not going to believe
Bejeweled
that.
is understandable. Candy Crush, no.
Nah.
Do not try
Bejeweled
and
is understandable.
What are you talking about? I play Candy Crush and Angry Birds.
A lot of
Come
a
on.
lot of Bejeweled games are actually pretty nice, but I don't like Candy Crush because they rely too much on map changing bullshit.
I'm fucking
I
with
know.
you, dude. I don't play either of those. I don't play
like
games very much anyways. I don't know, I'd rather write. So
And I have to be
real.
one to
I
actually
don't have
defend
time for
Honey
videos.
Pop
I
as
have-
they're the ones
I
who
have
done the
comics
whole.
to
Well,
draw.
some pieces are actually worth more and less more depending on the map, which is actually pretty nice. That's a pretty ingenious move.
Yeah. But you have to really be into the game in order to appreciate it. And with Candy Crush, it's hard to get in. I find it hard to get into because they want to change the map so much that it gets boring after a while. Because
It relies too much on map changes.
yeah,
It doesn't change the mechanics; it just changes the maps, and it gets annoying.
so there's nothing to do.
But as of right now, I'm mostly just a PC or Nintendo Switch or GTFO kind of guy.
Hmm.
Xbox is just straight shit, and Sony just censors everything they get.
I know.
I still can't get over them wanting to censor all the anime titty. Meanwhile, on Red Dead Redemption 2, you can literally walk in on a prostitute just jumping on a guy's dick, topless, and that's perfectly fine.
What?
Well, the thing that confuses me,
wants to do.
the thing that confuses me about things like that is they're okay with this mindless violence of blowing people's brains out and stuff, but don't show any nudity because, oh my god.
Yep.
Right.
Dior says Blizzard just want to tap into the lonely housewives market.
And you guys know that the vagina will ruin your mind. It'll warp it. So you gotta protect the young minds from the vagina. Definitely the vagina. But you can be exposed to cocks all the time. It's just like a forest. Just walk into the woods. Just do it. Just slap into it.
They want to do. They want to do that for some reason. I don't get it.
Oh, and we got even more art going on over here.
I think you're doing a great job. I do.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And it actually sucks that I don't want to support Sony because there are so many games that are just PlayStation 4 that I want to get. Though hopefully a lot of them go into PC. Like I think Bloodborne is PC now. So I'm definitely going to get that for the PC.
Which one?
Bloodborne.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah, I think it's PC now, so I'm definitely getting that there. Can't wait for Red Dead Redemption 2 to be on PC.
That I don't think that'll ever happen because I don't think any of the other ones were ever made PC. Red Dead Revolver, Red Dead Redemption, neither one of those ever made PC, I don't think.
That made it. The application to PC hasn't been developed yet, okay?
Yeah, they just choose not to port it that way. I have a theory that these console companies, they pay these developers little extra, just so they'll make him console exclusive. I mean, think about God of War. God of War never it's PlayStation exclusive. It never even goes to Xbox.
I would love to have that one though. I want God of War 4.
Yeah, that's a good game.
You and a lot of other people. I don't want to support Sony.
Yeah, I think them. I'm not sure. It's God of War.
I also want the Witcher series, but that's probably also for PlayStation only.
I think there's one which I'm not sure if there's. I think there's one Witcher game on the Xbox. I'm not sure which one it is though.
No, I think all the Witchers. I think they're on PC as well.
Yeah.
Are they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Naughty Dog, the people who do Uncharted and do The Last of Us, they're PlayStation exclusive as well. You can only get them on PlayStation.
Exclusive.
Yeah.
So if you don't play the PlayStation, you can't play those games.
Yeah. I think the only game for the Xbox has been like that is Gears of War.
Yep. There are so much games for PC. Nice. I'm actually safe. I'm safe there. Woo.
Yeah. So yeah, they miss out on a big market because they want to be exclusive. I mean, they make a shit ton of money on these consoles, but they could make a whole lot more money.
The only game that I can understand going exclusive is Bayonetta for Nintendo because Nintendo's the only one who wanted to save that series.
Right.
After the first game, and they got most of 2 done, Sony's like, "No, we don't want anything to do with it." Then Nintendo was like, "You know what? We'll take it off your hands."
Yeah.
Then Bayonetta 2 went out, and that became a success. And Sony's like, "Well, we want it back."
It's too late.
So it's like, "Nah, we good. We like it here."
Hey, hold on, fellas.
And I can't wait. I can't wait because Bayonetta 3 is going to be coming out. That's going to be good. Can't wait to get that for the Switch.
Bayonetta.
Oh yeah, I love me some Bayonetta.
Oh, you know what? I don't know what game I'm looking forward to. I'm kind of actually looking forward to, I don't know, Fallout 76 because I want to play with some of my friends online. That's the only reason. Fallout online, just to play with my friends. That's it, and shoot super mutants in the face. I can wait for it to come down to $10 and get it at the flea market. I can wait for that.
But by the time you're done waiting for it to go down to $10, it's probably be out for free because oof.
If you guys got $200 million, if you guys got $200 million between you, I can put together a Little Girl Lethal Lost Peaks Apocalypse game for you that will blow your fucking mind. You'll never leave. You'll just put on your VR helmet and you'll never leave.
What we need is a Soul Calibur indie comics fighting game.
I would like that. I like Soul Calibur is the only thing I ever consider buying anymore. And
I would like to get Soul Calibur. Oh, The Witcher is the only.
Oh, did you see how good the new one looks with the player creator?
Dude, you can do so much bullshit with that. I have seen so many player-made characters that look dead on like other characters.
Well, that's what I mean. It's like you could definitely make a Little Girl Lethal.
Ridiculous, the customization.
Is it better than the last one? The one from 4?
So much better. Like someone like legit made a character look exactly like Ruby from Ruby. Even the scythe looks like Ruby scythe.
Because there are some things in their character creator. I mean, it was very broad, but it wasn't like, I think that they should make the articles of clothes adjustable, like so you can mold and meld them the way you want.
You might have that now.
I wouldn't be surprised if you would actually be able to make Sugar Lightspeed in the new Soul Calibur. I would not be surprised.
Well, that would be cool.
Maybe just tried hard enough, you could probably pull it off.
Give her Siegfried's movement, and I'd be happy.
Actually, I could see her having Cervantes one because you'll have 2 swords and a sword gun.
That would be cool.
Yeah, I could see her having Cervantes.
That'd
Or,
be
or, or,
actually be
or
kind of
maybe
cool.
Raphael, be a fencer.
Yeah. She her style of movement is a little more dancer like. So
I always
Voldo,
thought
give her Voldo. Air hump to victory.
no. Volt's weird fucking moving.
Air hump to victory.
who's the guy with the nunchucks? Who was he?
it's,
What was his name?
Mike? Mike?
No. What's his fucking name? Oh, god
He
damn
was
it.
badass too. He was pretty good. He could get some combo moves going with that guy.
Tachi, or what? Tachi is her name? The little ninja gal? Is her name Tachi?
Yeah, Tachi is the ninja face.
Yeah, she moves a little not the same way. She wouldn't be good for Sugar actually, for like the reality of her. But I mean, you could do that one. Or Sophidia, I guess. I think you're right though. I think you're right. Cervantes would be kind of cool.
Yeah, now I'm kind of jonesing to play this game.
Is it Maxi?
Maxi, that's his name. Maxi is the
Nunchucks.
Nunchucks,
yeah.
That's him.
Nunchucks. Maxi.
Who's
that's kind of right. Well, I was kind of right. I said Mike first, but it's Maxi.
But I mean, do they have like modern guns, or just the old ball and cap shit?
You talking about Cervantes?
Well, I mean, if you're gonna customize her, I'd want to give her like the right kind of armament.
I don't know if you can give them guns yet. Huh, that's a good question.
As far as I know, Cervantes is the one with a gun. It's a gun sword.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if anyone else has anything closer related to guns. Though 2B is in there. I don't know if she has any guns, though.
Also, Nightmare was a badass character in that one, too.
Yeah.
Well, of course, it's Nightmare. Oh, if you want to go very fancy sword fight, you can play as a Geralt from The Witcher with her.
Yeah.
He's very dance-like with his spins.
Yeah, that would be cool.
Ooh, well, how about Ivy, the ring blade girl?
Yeah,
mysterious girl with the
she's that whip. She has that whip sword, which is not really.
No. Oh no, Ivy's the whip sword. I meant Tira.
Oh yeah, that might work
with the ring blade.
I mean, Ivy's sexy and all, but it certainly wouldn't be Sugar style. Anyway, I'm just
Sugar, not much of a dominatrix.
No, she's more of a tease.
That's the best.
she's more of a tease, and if you're real nice, you get a happy ending. You know what I mean?
Someone already used Sophia and made Wonder Woman.
Really?
There's a for real Wonder Woman. It actually looks dead on like Wonder Woman.
Wonder how they're doing that.
Characters that people have made.
I wonder how they're doing that. So it looks so they are able to do that. It'd be nice if, because like with the armament in 4, you could pick from like just a certain amount, and you could like change the colors, but you really couldn't change the design. They were what they were. You know, a lot of times, like I can't remember the ones that. Who's the guy, like the god dude that's like takes he's all the different characters? What's his name?
I think I know who you're talking about. I can't remember.
Well, he had like his own set of weapons, but you couldn't like mess with them, which pissed me off. Something fierce.
Yeah. Let's look at some of this stuff. Like here we have Thanos.
Yeah.
Yeah, Thanos.
Pretty close. Where's his gauntlet?
Skeletor.
Where's his gauntlet though?
We have Skeletor. We have the literal guts. Ronald McDonald.
Made a Skeletor in the new one. What number are we on now for Soul Calibur?
6.
Yeah.
6? Holy shit!
We got Ronald McDonald.
I wasn't a big fan of 5, but that was just me.
We have Zoidberg.
Oh, that's a badass Skeletor. I'm just.
Why not Zoidberg? We have Bowsette. Memes.
DC
Harley
Fans
Quinn.
United wants to know if 5 is any good. I'm guessing yes.
That's all right.
I was
Look, we got Sonic.
It's all right, but it wasn't great.
That's a very disturbing Sonic.
It is
Are
disturbing.
Are we demonetized yet? I think that demonetized us. Yeah. We got Toad.
I don't think we can get demonetized for this. People be streaming gaming all the time. These are just custom characters.
We have Samus. Samus Aran.
AA Ron.
We got the Hulk.
That's definitely what's his name.
Planet Hulk. Yeah, that was cool.
Yeah, that's just legitimate Gladiator Hulk from the Thor movie. We have Lex.
Damn, see, like this is what I'm talking about. It's like you definitely make a little girl lethal up in there.
Really? I don't know, man.
We have Tingle.
I don't know who the fuck this is.
Tingle from
Fucking
Legend of Zelda.
Why'd you get that red cod piece? What the fuck, man?
Hey, that's just Tingle, man. And we got Marge. Just Marge. Oh, well then.
Shattercock? What the fuck?
Oh my god, no way. We got Xavier. Xavier the Wanderer. Got even better Xavier.
Yeah, I don't know who
That's
that is.
good.
I don't know who that is.
Oh, Adult Swim. I can tell.
No.
Renegade Angel.
Okay.
That's Solaire. Solaire! Praise the sun! He even does the praise the sun thing. That's great. We have Lionel.
Oh, that's not bad.
Yeah. Another Samus, but in armor. We've got Spider-Man.
Oh wow, actually, pretty
He's
damn.
got the logo and everything. He's even got the web shooter on the wrist there.
How do they do them? How do they do that?
I have no idea. You could probably like load in assets, maybe. There we got Mr. Krabs. Are you feeling it now, Mr. Krabs?
Donald Duck.
And we got Donald. Potato Donald. What is this? I'm not who that's supposed to be. Oh wow, we got Tyrande Whisperwind from World of Warcraft. That's great. Because you got Warcraft in here. Oh god. Arthas, Sylvanas, it keeps going.
Are these Warcraft characters then?
Yeah, Warcraft. Oh, we got Sans. Of course we got Sans.
That's that.
He's T-posing to assert his dominance.
The only reason I know who that character is because my kids like Undertale. But they only like to watch people play Undertale.
Got Doug Dimmadome, owner of Dimsdale Dimmadome.
I have no idea what that is.
You'll be bringing up Baby Bones.
Family Odd Parents, y'all. God, boomers. We got Bob Ross.
Okay, that's pretty funny.
Bob Ross. We have the pistachio. Just the pistachio.
From the looks of things, yeah, you can make some pretty freaking wild characters on there.
And Shrek. Of course, Shrek. Get out of my swamp.
Hey guys, excuse me real quick. Okay, I got somebody at my front door this late. It's kind of weird.
Oh. Okay.
I'll be right back. I'll just.
Hey, am I crashing the stream again? You got a near it too.
Way to go, numbing.
Oh wow, we got
That's
we got Venom, and then we got Spawn.
That's She-Spawn.
She-Spawn. That's actually pretty solid. That's a very solid Spawn. I'm not gonna lie.
Well, Spawn did make an appearance in Soul Calibur 2 or 3.
I think it's 2.
Yeah, I think it was 2.
It was 2.
Oh, we got a Deontay, the good Dante. Oh, well, Siri couldn't make it in the game, but hey, good thing we got a character creator. Now Siri's in the game. Even uses Geralt's style, of course. Eyes all gone.
Who? I don't know who that is.
Overlord. What up? Ainz joins the battle. The Bone Lord. Of course, we did trainer. Saw that one coming.
All right.
What that was? Oh, Robbie Rotten. Rest in peace.
And Neo Star Productions says it was Soul Calibur 2 that had the exclusive characters. Yeah, he's right.
Oh, and we got Illidan. More Warcraft. That's very spot on, Illidan. The only thing I got to complain about is that there's no goat legs. But then again, if we would have done the goat legs, there'd probably be no pants. You probably won't be able to use those pants, which is sad. Because aside from no goat legs, that would have been very solid. Oh, well, here's the Thanos with the gauntlet. That's actually pretty spot on.
All right. Neo's going to take off for now. Catch you later, Neo.
How'd they make that gauntlet?
I have no idea how they made that gauntlet.
It's pretty good, though.
So yeah, you can do some. Oh, here's even a better Venom, an even better Venom, and using Voldo style. That's great. What? Someone made a jinx.
When you can make Pokemon in the game,
they made Eggman.
What the Dr. Robotnik? What the fuck?
That's great. That's great.
Looks like they had a bird under his face. Ew. That's gross.
Got Patrick Star. Patrick made it in before SpongeBob.
How you gonna make SpongeBob? Oh, they got the peanut dude.
Mr. Peanut. Yeah.
That's fine. It's a fucking turtle shell. So I'm guessing you can make a Ninja Turtle in this.
They made Minion. Straight up Minion. Oh, we got Captain Falcon. Captain Falcon. Falco Punch. Space Ghost. Space Ghost.
I see Space Ghost.
Oh no. Oh no.
That's fucking weird.
No. Oh no.
Oh, that's a terrible Crash Bandicoot.
Why would they do this? Why you do this? What else we got? There's another. This is an even better Zoidberg. Holy crap!
Ugh.
That's a pretty good Zoidberg. No way! They made BoJack. We got BoJack Horseman using Maxi style.
The character creator is pretty impressive. Pretty impressive, I'm going to say.
What? We got Deadpool and we got Pepsi Man. Deadpool and Pepsi Man.
Let us check on some of these Indiegogo campaigns.
Oh, and we got One Punch Man, of course, Saitama.
Still at 61 backers, $1,886 for the wreck.
Yeah, I don't think that's enough of that. I think we made the point you can literally make anything in the new Soul Calibur game.
Let's see. Where's Little Girl?
Yeah.
I'll look at Little Girl Lethal real quick here.
It hasn't changed.
Let's see. Well,
Little girl Lethal hasn't moved for a bit, so
409.
yeah, it's pretty much stayed that way for a couple of days. If anybody wants to contribute, I'd be, that'd be awesome.
If only I had a job.
I'm back, fellas.
21
I'm
days.
sorry about that.
But there ain't no jobs out here.
You got to do what you got to do, man.
Yeah. But there just ain't no
Just
jobs.
checking out some of these Indiegogo campaigns that are still going right now. I'm just looking at Little Girl Lethal right here for the aesthetic.
I say, I actually, legitimately, I do like that sword design. It's pretty good sword design.
Heck yeah.
The scimitar.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking at. The sword.
What sword are you talking about? Oh,
Sugar
yeah,
sword.
it's a modified Kopesh. It's a
Kopesh.
A Kopesh. It's like an Egyptian sickle sword.
I'm more used to a Kopesh going the other way. So
yeah, you can use it either way.
Whenever I saw that, I thought it was a scimitar.
A scimitar is a slightly different shape. You have the peak on the end of it. Yeah, it's from a Kopesh style, though. I mean,
that's fair enough. That's fair enough.
But yeah, I saw it. It's based on a sword that was done by a windlass steelcraft called the Warwolf. It came out like first part of the aughts, and I own one of those, and I think it's pretty cool.
Well, someone pays attention to the medieval weapons channels. Curved swords. I see you, Mir. I see you. Who is that? Shadowversity? Does Shadowversity do that? Or is that someone else who does that? Can't remember. There's so many of them. I'm pretty sure it's Shadowversity.
It's Shadowversity and Metatron.
That does the curved swords gag?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I don't watch a whole lot of Metatron. The only time I watched Metatron was when Metatron, Shadowversity, and Skull went against Matt Pat for his For Honor video. Yeah, that's what I called it, Chad.
Shadowversity, he's the one that does the matriculations, right?
But what about dragons? He does it all, man. He does all the memes. The only meme that I know that Skull did was end him rightly. Throw the pummel at him. Ends him rightly. I don't know any memes Metatron has done. As I said, I don't watch a lot of Metatron.
Your artist is really good, Slick.
Yeah, he's very talented.
What's his name? Whiskey Pen?
Whiskey Pen, man.
Yeah.
He does have skills. I'm very lucky to be able to work with him.
I don't know if anyone's ever asked, but what's up with the Onks? What's the deal with the Onks?
The Onks?
Yeah.
The Onks are the physical manifestation of a cosmic entity which she is bonded with. And she can use that to form her weapons, her vehicles, even her apparel. She can do a lot more with it, but she doesn't want to use it because she only, when she uses it, she taps into like this kind of like godlike power. But she's also on the edge of insanity, and she knows if she does that, she'll do terrible things. So she doesn't like to use it. She doesn't like to be tempted. So there you go. She's overpowered, but she does. But the overpower comes with a price of her doing things she will regret or cause her to go completely insane. So there you go.
That's fair enough.
But that's what
to try and dial it back to the wreck.
Yeah, it's fine. I mean, That's fine. I'm sorry we got
Yeah, but
sidetracked.
we've been off topic for a good long while there.
No, it's all good, man. It's all good. You guys do what you do best.
So what gave you the idea for these armor designs?
It's just
What?
just my I don't know, just my
All these like these uniform stylings between all the people, but then it gets personalized with like one one eye visor with a different color.
right. It's
It's
pretty
very
just my
nice.
it's just pretty much my love for, you know, sci-fi that has to do with, you know, body armor, power armor. I mean, that's why, you know, things like Warhammer 40K attract me, and
Oh
the
yeah,
the whole
I would say that Warhammer is very heavy on armor design.
yeah, and there's been other kinds like the book Armor. I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with that. That was a big influence. The original Starship Troopers. The
Oh,
the
yeah.
movie the movie didn't
Never
really
take off the
touch on.
helmet. Never take off the helmet.
Yeah. The movie didn't really touch on the stuff that was in the book, like the power armor, and didn't have the skinnies in it and things like that. But just sci-fi like that, being out in space, it just seemed a natural fit. You know, they're going to work in hostile environments and things. So,
Right.
and I wanted the armor to look like it was a little bit more fluid, like a little bit more. You could work in it, you could fight in it, you could, you know, do what you need to do with it. So
Ergonomics.
yeah, yeah. So that was a big influence on the way they looked. And little backstory on the helmets was that a lot of them looked exactly alike. And when I had a couple proofreaders read through the initial layouts of the book,
They were like, I can't tell who's who.
exactly. When the dialogue started popping up, they said, "Well, who's saying this? Who's this? Who's this?" And I said, "Yeah, you got a good point. That's a problem." So I went with the helmet design as a distinguishing factor for the team members.
And to go along with that, the pistols. For most reason, it seems like they are using like the exact same kind of guns. Or are this just like a one size fit all kind of gun, or are we going to be seeing more?
It's pretty. It's you'll see different styles because I tried to kind of model it after real life. Like, you know, you have Smith and Wesson, and then you have H&K, and you know, you have all different kind of gun manufacturers, and they all look a little different, but they have some of the same attributes. You know, because they have to function, they have to do the basic things. So, but the styles.
No matter how stylistic you try to be, laws of physics are universal.
Right. And you can kind of see it there in that picture that you're looking at right there in the black and white one. That's part of the rival team, and you see their helmets and their uniforms are a little different, but they're still, you know, body armor, and the guns are a little different looking. They still got the boxy style. I actually designed the guns after a slide projector.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I used the slide projector as the base from what I designed the guns from.
Huh.
So it was a little weird. It's a little weird thing I came up with, hoping they would look kind of cool. So.
Showcasing justice, .32 calibers at a time.
So
That's pretty nice. And I can see that despite being the future, we're still using munitions because whenever they fire, you get the chambers coming out.
Yep. They're still using
the bullet casings coming out.
Yep, still using slugs and kind of powder. It's probably modified a little bit, and they have to be careful because in certain areas of the ship, and you'll see it in the story, but certain areas of the ship they have to be careful because they will puncture the hull.
Will we be seeing more sci-fi-esque munitions like rail guns?
In this particular book, no, but in the whole story, yes, you'll see a pretty wide gambit of weapon and weaponry, and there's some. I thought it was kind of funny. Someone was mentioning I think it was you who was talking about the exploding enemies. You know, if you shoot them, they explode type thing.
Yeah.
The xenomorphs in here, like I was trying to say earlier, they're kind of like bees, or in a certain aspect, they're like mosquitoes when they suck up, when they absorb the energy that they're attracted to. They get a little larger, but that's because they're full of the energy. And if they get destroyed, they kind of explode a little bit. You know, they have a little exploding factor to them. So, you know, like if you pop a tick or something, you know. So
That's fair. That's fair. And and right here on like 1, 2, 3 on like the third page with the fire in the hole. Was this like a mine or a grenade the person this chick is throwing?
yeah, it's kind of like an EMP mine, sticky mine. It kind of shorts out the suit. They're specifically built to do that. They short out electrical devices and stuff. So she's using it here to short out the enemy's suit. I don't think I posted that. I don't think I posted the next page, but you'll see it. You'll see it on the next page.
Or is it page 4? That's what it is. Okay.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
I said third page, as in third being shown is page 4.
Right. Well, I think I'm showing page 1, and then page 2 and 3 of the book is a double page splash. Okay, it's kind of like an overview of both ships and kind of what's going on. Little dialogue. I didn't show that. I didn't post that in here. And then next page is page 1, 2, 3, 4, and then I skip a page, and I think I show 5. I think so. Yeah, I think it's page 6. That's the next one. If I have that right, I think I'll have to look.
Yeah, I think it's page 6 on here. Yep. Page 6.
Yeah, the next page.
Promo art.
Yeah, the next page would be page 7. Yeah, page 7, where you see what the little sticky EMP mine does. So.
All right.
So I see you got what is it? 13 days left.
Yeah.
Is this? Are you guys going to be able to extend it? Just out of curiosity.
It really depends. I've thought about that, and it just depends on how close I am to the goal. If we're fairly close, then yeah, I might extend it. The only problem is if I extend it, I won't be able. I'll have to explain to the backers that I won't be able to make March because the pages, you know, there's 18. No, but probably less than that. There's probably 16 pages yet to be colored, and my colorist he takes about 2 days a page to color, so it's going to take him a while to finish the entire book. So, and then after that is printing and proofing, and so if I extend it, that means I'll have to extend the deadline. It'll have to be like April instead of March.
All right.
Well, we will do our best to get this thing funded as quick as possible because this is a actually really enjoyable looking book. I have to say, I love the art. It's very aesthetically pleasing. Your colorist is phenomenal.
Yeah, I think you did a really good job.
Love the.
I actually do like the coloring of it. Whenever I look at it, it reminds me a lot of it reminds me a bit of Aliens.
Yeah, and that's the aesthetic I was looking for. I wanted to make it look like it was in space, you know, on a dead ship. You know, I know a lot of people like the really bright colors and things like that, but I wanted to, without making it black and white and without making it too monotone, I wanted to give it that look. Like
I mostly like the background and a bit of the characters being dull and dead colored, but then just little aspects of the characters or what the characters are doing just adds a bit of bright light to it.
Right.
It's a nice contrast.
Yeah, thanks. Appreciate that.
Like when you do stuff like that, you see little things like on like on page 4 here, you see like the bullets like ricocheting off of the sides and creating sparks.
Right, right, and you're gonna
You actually see the little touches. It's nice.
yeah, and you'll see more of that. Like I tried to relate to him about how light plays a really important part in in the art and the storytelling of this particular story because it's on a kind of a dead ship, and you want all the attention to go to the characters and the action. It's kind of like the one page there where you're talking about where the ricochets are going on. If you notice the middle panel where it goes back to the Bradley and Angelica's talking, you got the kind of like the holographic controller panels that are up that kind of illuminate the scene a little bit, and it focuses on her, talking. So, I just think coloring can be very, very important part of the
definitely
book.
helps with the atmosphere that they are in space. Shit is dark, so it's incredibly easy to light up and create all sorts of lighting and shadow stuff.
Yeah, and I especially like the way you can't. I would. Well, he has another page, but that he's done here. But if you look at that particular page again, if you look in the background, it kind of looks like there's stuff like there's stuff going on the ceiling of the cargo bay that they're in. It's a very subtle
wiring and light fixtures.
Yeah. It's very subtle, but I think it really helps in conveying
It adds a lot. It's definitely a lot better than just a blank background.
Yeah, exactly.
And like even in some of the black and white pictures in the promo, like below the promo, you see the plans for like ceiling supports and stuff.
Right. Yeah, because this very first scene of the book takes place in a cargo bay that they've breached. Like those on the very first page, on page 1, with the small ship tethered to the larger ship. Those things are called thumpers, and the field team actually gets inside the thumpers, and then the thumpers shoot off and breach.
So they're like umbilicals.
Yes, exactly.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Do they breach the outside of the hull then? Or are they on a loading dock? Or are those,
No. Yeah, the thumpers, what they do is they're like, I don't know, they look like, aesthetically, they probably look like a huge bullet, okay, before it gets fired, before it turns into a slug. And they penetrate the hull and then they seal up.
Okay. So it's force boarding pods.
Right. They're like boarding pods. Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Very cool. I like that.
I also like how the ship they came from this angle with how it looks like it has a skull face underneath it. So like 2 eyes.
Yeah. That was intentional. So I'm glad other people noticed it. It's always satisfying.
Are those eye sockets? Like what the hell?
It's always satisfying when other people notice what you're trying to do. So yeah.
I was wondering if the ship was alive.
Not quite alive, but it's
close to it.
Yeah.
I also kind of like this mock cover, not final art.
Yeah, that came to be from I did a live stream one time with John Malin, okay, and I had this picture up, but I didn't have mock cover, not final art on there. And he asked me, he goes, "Is this the cover?" And I said, "No." I said, "It's a mock of the cover. It's not the actual cover." And he said, "Okay, because it's kind of confusing. Maybe people think they're getting a black and white book or something." And so I said, "Well, you might have a point." And so I made sure to put that it was a mock cover. That was the initial design that I had for the cover. And it's just to give the people an idea of what the cover might look like. It's going to be real close to that, but it's going to be traditionally drawn. This is a digital drawing, just a pencil sketch, basically.
Oh, well, I just figured out who threw the sticky.
Did you?
It's the black girl at the very bottom.
Yeah. Well, how'd you figure that out? I'm curious.
The orange glow.
Yep. Yeah. Well, good. See, it's working the way it's supposed to.
The orange glow on the back matches the orange glow on the one who threw the sticky.
Yep. Yep. That's right.
So yeah, that's neat. Now, just make sure your colorist keeps track of that coloring.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Don't get them mixed up. People won't let you down. Won't let you let it down forever. If you just
I know, right? Yeah. He's
at every con, he's gonna be like, "Well, why did the green guy get the blue color in this one panel?"
Right. I'll have to make up some quick story off the top of my head of why it happened. Explain it away. Yeah. I can't admit that I screwed up or something.
Just imagine the horror if that happens.
Oh, I know. Yeah. You get killed. We used to get raked over the coals in the game at the game company with the World War II game. If we got anything, excuse me, anything wrong with anything historical, we got raked over the coals on that. I mean, World War II buffs are complete grognards, man. They're like they'll kill you if you get something wrong. Rate of fire on an M1 or a Thompson.
Yeah, definitely. They want things to be as 100% accurate as possible at all times.
Yeah.
For real. Well, I was impressed in the. I was impressed with the action that the AK-47 had in the Call of Duty Black Ops, because it was just like firing a real AK. I was impressed with that. So, I mean, those little things when if you fired those real guns, then when they react the same in the video game, yeah, just those little details. They
make a big difference. Yeah, they make a big difference. Yeah, they really.
And we got it, Zach Hawkins.
Well, it's a good thing about sci-fi. You can make everything up, and you tell people that's the way it's supposed to work.
Hooray for technobabble! Hooray for technobabble!
Right. As long as you're consistent, and if you change it up, then that's when you run into trouble.
So, space travel. How does that work in here? How does it work in the rec?
Okay. Well, in the rec world, there is no.
There's no faster than light. It's all stasis.
Yeah, there's no faster than light. If you want to go someplace far, yes, you have to do through stasis. The gravity on ships work with a artificial gravity magic.
Of course.
Space magic. Because
so what you're saying is there's psionics and or psychers.
Well, it's something like, I don't know. Have you ever delved deep into? I don't know how big of Star Trek fans you are, but if you've ever
not at all. I only know a few things from watching Next Generation and maybe one or two episodes of Voyager.
Right. Well,
and of course the memes from the original Star Trek.
Well, I'm not a big expert on it, but I do know I've read a supplement book or some sort of tech manual or whatever where they talk about how they achieve gravity on their ships, right? Why everybody looks like they can walk around normal and stuff. And it has to do with magnetic plating and some sort of I don't know, all the techno babble stuff. Oh God, it's on top of my head. It's on top of my head. I can't think of it. But this is more what we're talking about here, where it could be turned off on the ship, or it could be functioning on the ship. We don't know, because within the story of the wreck, you will see zero-G combat, and that includes
Oh, that's
that.
always good. That's always good to see in sci-fi zero-G fights.
Yeah, and that includes weapons that are designed for that are recoilless, that won't recoil, so it won't send them through space. But there will be some weapons that do have it that you'll see some interesting fights.
It won't be legit until someone accidentally gets sucked into outer space and saves themselves by firing their gun to
get
jet
back.
propulsing themselves back to the ship.
Right, exactly. So, but like in Star Wars, I mean, there's lots of Star Wars fans and stuff. I don't think they've ever explained, the gravity on the ships.
Yeah, I don't think
didn't.
it was ever explained in the movies. I don't think it ever was explained in the TV shows either. They might have done it in Rebels though, but I haven't watched Rebels.
It hasn't really been explained.
Yeah, I think it's just one of those things. That's a
Well, no, wait. They got gravity well generators. They got gravity well generators, but that's mostly for ship-to-ship combat. I don't think that's for on ship.
Right. I think that's one of the reasons why I enjoy The Expanse. Is because they actually.
Oh yeah, the expanded universe was quite literally the best thing about Star Wars. Like the only thing I really liked with the Star Wars movies was I liked the world building behind it, and I liked how it was like my first ever sci-fi that wasn't clean utopian. It was dirty and dangerous. Like there was like criminals like everywhere you look, kind of a thing.
Yeah,
that's what I sort of like. But I didn't really like a whole lot of the acting. A lot of the acting was pretty bad. It wasn't too into the story, though the story was pretty good. I was mostly into the expanded universe and the world building of the movies.
Right.
Yeah. As a Star Wars fan, I can agree that you kind of need to be in a certain mindset to try and enjoy the movies.
Well, I mean, a lot of movies, especially sci-fi or fantasy stuff, especially sci-fi. I mean, you have to throw some logic out the window in order to enjoy it.
Yeah.
If you're gonna nitpick things based on real physics.
And I kind of don't like how prequels get a whole lot of bad shit because compared to the original trilogy, they were not that bad.
No, they weren't.
Compared to other movies, yeah, they were bad. But compared to the originals, they weren't that bad.
Yeah.
Right.
They were. In fact, I will actually say that the story in the prequels were actually better because George Lucas actually went in there with a structure in mind. Every character.
Well, I definitely knew the story you wanted to tell. I mean, I can't say that I enjoyed every bit of it, but there's parts of it I enjoyed.
Well, you can try and argue that the original had a better story, but I would argue that the prequels had a better structured story.
Yeah.
I understand what you're saying.
Yeah, because in the prequels we get into the background of Vader.
It's not just that, but quite literally every single character had their own story arc, and you see every single story arc. It was actually pretty nice.
We got to know more about Vader, Obi-Wan, and a few others.
Palpatine, Padme.
Basically, the Empire itself.
Yeah. And then we get to the sequels, which was pretty much just Empire redone.
Right.
You talking about the latest ones?
Yeah, the sequels. I'm like, quite literally, they couldn't do anything creatively new. They literally just took the Empire and the Rebellion and just copy pasted it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like it's supposed to be the roles are reversed. The rebellions are now the rebellion is now the Empire, and the Empire is now the rebels. But no, they're not that. I don't know why they're not that, but they're not that.
Well, what was interesting to me was finding out where the Imperial Legion or the stormtroopers came from was kind of fun for me. And I was kind of hoping they were going when they introduced the Finn character. I was expecting like, oh, sweet. So we're going to get like this, kind of story from the perspective of what it was like to be a stormtrooper. And then all of a sudden, Well, he was just some guy. Just some guy.
I think a lot of people were expecting a little more in-depth story.
And in truth, there were
Little
only like 3
disappointed.
characters I liked in the sequel. There was Finn, there was Kylo, and there was Snoke. They were the only interesting ones.
Yeah.
Mostly because at first I didn't like Finn, but a friend saved Finn for me because he said Finn is just like us, just a regular person that somehow wound up in the Star Wars universe with no context to anything. So he's just going around just freaking out like, what the fuck is this? What the fuck is that? The fuck are you?
Yeah, I wasn't. I didn't really enjoy these last couple ones. That's for sure.
Oh, I definitely did not enjoy Last Jedi. Ooh.
I didn't
Man, don't even mention that.
Didn't
No,
watch it yet.
no.
Saving myself.
You don't want to watch it. Last Jedi is horrible.
I don't want to see it.
You don't want us to spoil it for you?
The Last Jedi has no story.
The Last Jedi is just the director. Oh God, I cannot remember his name now. Ryan.
It's okay. It doesn't matter what his name is.
It's just Ryan just tearing everything up about Star Wars and making a movie out of him doing it. That's all it is.
Yeah.
I don't know how that movie got so bad, considering Ryan wrote one of my most favorite noir movies, Brick. Brick was such a good movie. It had great writing, and I don't know how he went from that to that. It baffles my mind.
Yeah. I don't know if I'm familiar with that with Brick.
Mecca asks, "Hey guys, I'm coming up with ideas for an all-female motorcycle gang logo. Any ideas for themes?"
I'm sure there's lots of ideas. Probably none of them
Could
good.
go Cow and Chick and be the Carpet Munchers.
Yeah.
Anyone remember that?
Yeah, I remember that. Unfortunately.
We have professional writers up in here. Let's ask them. Mecca Studios
Logo
is
for an
looking
all motorcycle game. You can probably do a parody of Rosie the Riveter. That'd probably be a good idea.
Yeah.
More punk Rosie the Riveter with like a chain.
Sure, you could.
That'd be a good place to start, but I wonder if that hasn't been overdone so many times.
The name of the gang is called the Leather Straps.
Interesting.
Maybe we could do something with a tanning rack, maybe?
A tanning rack.
Yeah, tanning rack. You know the stuff they tan the leather on.
What was the question?
He's basically asking for ideas for a logo for an all-female motorcycle gang.
A logo for a. Well, I don't know if this is a writing question per se. It's more of a design question.
And the name of the gang is apparently called the Leather Straps. I still stand by my idea of doing something with a tanning rack, because you can do a lot with a tanning rack, or because like you can also make like a flay rack out of a tanning rack.
Or you can do something like this: have a blade running up and down the leather strap. Until they used to sharpen blades in the day.
Yeah,
I would do a motorcycle wheel with leather straps as the spokes. As the spokes.
Leather straps as spokes.
Yeah, something like that. And then if you want to make it a little wilder, you can put spikes or some shit on it.
Yeah, that'll work.
Yeah, there's an idea.
It'd be just like Dark Souls to just put a skeleton through a wheel.
Building on that, you could do the female symbol and the circle being the motorcycle wheel and the leather strap kind of tying them all together. Could do something like
Yeah.
Yeah, probably good. Or since like the symbol for what female is kind of like a person already, you could probably do that, but in a leather jacket.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
That's
Yeah.
interesting.
Very simple, that's for sure.
It is.
Just
That's
put
or you
the
could
female
just,
symbol in a leather jacket.
or you could just do the mud flap girl in a little leather strap bikini. Fuck it,
Ooh, that would be really good.
that
That would
would
be
be
really
good.
And then place her laying on the back of a chopper. That could be something like that.
Yeah.
put on the back of a hog.
Well, no, she's like got her feet up on, put her feet up on the handlebars, and she's leaning against the sissy bar, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
she's
that'd work.
but her same body, the body style is the
This is the mud flat girl.
is the mud flap girl, but put her in a leather jacket or something like that, and then I don't know, leather strap bikini, with the coat coming open. I don't know. I'm just fucking around here. I don't know.
Yeah.
If they want to be really sexy, if they want to be like, bull-dyke lesbians or something, I don't know. That would be different. Make them all look like linebackers. I don't know.
If it's the same biker gang that I'm thinking about that he's talking about, yeah, they're kind of BDSM butch.
Okay, so they're more, they're more.
I heard leather
They're more
strap
hardcore
bikini. What's going on here?
than lipstick. I don't know. It's not my baby. So, but I'm just.
I think the leader literally has a friggin' pet bitch. I'm pretty sure on a leash.
So.
Yeah.
All right. Well, throw her in the sidecar, I guess.
Yeah.
But again, it's only if it's the same biker gang that I'm thinking about that he showed me some time ago. I can't quite remember. They're basically a radical group of runaway girls and older women.
It depends. It depends on how radical you want to be.
Well, what do we mean by radical? Huh? You never told me this is a stream of high culture. High culture, he says.
Oh yeah, it's definitely something.
It's some kind of culture. It's high on something.
For sure. But gonna give the floor back to Bruce for a minute here, and I think we're gonna have to start wrapping it up. Been going for about 2 hours now, I guess.
Doesn't feel like 2 hours.
Just about, yeah.
Usually with us, it usually goes on longer than 2 hours because we have a hard time sticking to a topic.
It's true. We're in a sidetrack sometimes.
This is much of a fun zone.
I don't know. I've just enjoyed myself kicking back listening to you guys. It's been entertaining for sure.
Hell yeah. I mean, that's one of the things we love to do over here is kind of just shoot the shit. I mean, we could end up maxing
to be quite fair, throughout the whole deal, we've asked him a crap ton of questions about his stuff.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
I mean,
I would say we have probably been more on topic than we usually are this time around.
Yeah.
Oh, and look at that. He managed to finish this ninja.
Now, say usually by now we have gone from Star Wars to Star Trek to God knows what.
Cyborg ninjas.
Exactly.
we will cover every topic over here to the funnest.
Exactly.
I have to say this has been I love hanging out with this community. I love talking comics. I love shooting this shit. I mean, this is what we all set out to do, basically.
Basically.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I had fun just sitting here listening, talking, and I appreciate you having me on and talking about my book. I do appreciate it. And
It's definitely starting to learn a lot more about it. I'm getting invested.
yeah,
Yeah.
meeting y'all. I don't think I've ever talked to you. I think I've maybe talked to a couple, but in depth, I've never talked to a lot of you. Just seen you on Twitter and stuff. So it's great to meet
I
you.
said some stuff in the last stream you were in the chat room. Haven't really talked.
Yeah. I saw you in there.
Yeah, you was talking to me with Rick Piper.
Yep. On what is it? Cross Comics, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember talking to you on there too. So yeah, it's been fun, guys. I appreciate it.
Yeah. And we will do this again, and we'll have you on again. And if you want, we can talk about whatever project you're working on, or we can shoot the shit.
Yeah, it sounds great. Yeah, just feel free to ask me whenever you want. If I'm free, I'll definitely come on in and maybe talk about, I don't know,
Just about
sci-fi
anything.
mumbo jumbo,
Get
techno
some
babble.
dabble.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we'll go down the line here if everybody's ready. We'll go
Hey, we got a chat bot.
from my left from the Hangouts chat. We'll start with Bruce. You can shill for yourself and anything that you would like.
All right. Again, I appreciate you having me on. Thanks to chat for listening. If you got an inclination, go check out the Rec on Indiegogo. I've got 13 days left on there. It's a action sci-fi adventure. It's a cliffhanger, 24-page full color floppy. It's about a asset recovery team sent out to recover invaluable data from a derelict terraforming ship that was sent to Titan. And what they find on the ship is not what they were expected. So, yeah, go check it out. If you like aliens, if you like Warhammer 40K, if you like action, if you like explosions. Unfortunately, there's no sexy time in it. Sorry, Slick. But
Sorry, that's okay. I'm all right. I'll be. I'm not tape wrapped, but I'll be all right.
yeah. I'm buying your book for that. Okay, so but yeah, again, thanks a lot, and I appreciate it.
All right. We're gonna go with Mighty Geek. Would you like to shill for yourself? Tell everybody where we can find you.
Well, you can find me here on YouTube on the Mighty Geek Studios. You can find me on Twitter at Mighty Geek 21. You can find me on DeviantArt under Uber Geek 021. You can find me on Facebook under Terrence Hull. Right now, you'll probably see me looking around other channels on YouTube.
All right, Numbing, you want to go next? Tell everybody what your handles are and where they might be able to find you.
Well, I am the head of Dust School team. You can find them over at on Twitter at Dustquill_team. You can also find me on Patreon, Patreon/Dustquill. You can get some news on some new tabletop games I'm making, as well as a bit on the comic that I am making currently.
All right. And Slick, how would you like to shill for yourself?
Well, we've still got the Little Girl Lethal going on Indiegogo currently. We're sitting at a pretty 15,000 and change. We'd like to move up a little bit, see if we can make it to 20,000, get a stretch goal. We have some things planned if we do hit that. So if you have some extra cash, I know it is holiday season and there's other concerns, but give it a shot if you like it. We have a really sexy book, and it's a little bit more than what it looks like. I've been selling the cheesecake quite hard, and I think that you'll find that there's more to it than just that. You can find me at Slick Jimmy Love on Twitter and Slick Jimmy Speaks on YouTube. And I appreciate your time for listening. Thanks for everybody else on the panel.
All right. Hey, Testosterone, you there?
I am here. I've just been listening to you guys for a while and doing some video work here. Hey, if you like professional wrestling, did you know that I have 3,500 wrestling videos going back to 1977 featuring legends like Rowdy Piper, Superfly Jimmy Snuka, Jesse the Body Ventura, Raven, and so many more. Dynamite Kid, Kurt Hennig, David Schultz, Playboy Buddy Rose. Goes on and on and on at youtube.com/testosterone overload. But what I'd really like to do is I'd really like to share my other channel that I'm going to start uploading to this week, all my comic book reviews, so that I can separate out the wrestling from the comics a little bit more. It's going to be Crypto Comics. I'm going to put the link in the chat right now. So if you want to come give it a like, I'll start uploading footage in mass, a new video every hour for 72 hours straight. How about that?
Nice.
Now, just because of that, I want to see a comic about wrestling.
No, you don't. Well, actually, it's funny because tomorrow, if you come to youtube.com/testosterone overload, you can see a comic book about wrestling, because next week, the comic book based on the life of NWA World Tag Team Champions, the Rock and Roll Express, is going to be released, and I'll be interviewing the writer and the artist for the Rock and Roll Express comic book starting tomorrow night, 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern.
Unintentional event plug set up. How about that?
Hey.
I have a question for you, Testosterone.
Is it a hard question?
I don't know. You said you have a lot of videos dating back a long ways for wrestling.
Yes, sir.
Do you cover anybody by the name of Bulldog Bob Brown or the Iron Sheik?
Well, Iron Sheik did. After he got trained up at Vern Gagne's, they sent him up to Calgary to train with Stu Hart, and then he was sent out here to Portland Wrestling, which is where he really took up the mantle of the Iron Sheik, teamed with a legend out here named Apache Bull Ramos, and they had a legendary feud with a guy named Dutch Savage, and after that, it was kind of history.
To be fair, you can't say you have an entire YouTube channel dedicated to wrestling without having Iron Sheik somewhere in there.
Well, unfortunately, all of the footage before 1977 is lost to time and will probably never be seen. So footage of Iron Sheik is very limited. It would only be on 8mm reels. And there's a little bit out there, and it's very hard to track down, though.
That's right. I just wanted to see how far it dated back is all. It's not a test, trust me.
Well, if you go to facebook.com/legit pro wrestling, the home of Portland wrestling, my knowledge goes all the way back to the 1890s with pictures.
Nice. All right. I'll make sure to check it out.
Yeah, I definitely need to check out the wrestling channel. It's been a while.
Oh yeah, Testosterone has got some amazing content over on his channel. I will attest to that because I've seen it.
Got some good little documentaries I put together with people like Paul Orndorff, Diana Hart, the widow of Bruiser Brody, who was murdered in Puerto Rico. That's quite a fascinating story.
Ooh, I bet.
I do a podcast with Bruce Hart, Bret Hart's brother. Bruce was the trainer of, so many names from, Dynamite Kid when they first came, Dynamite and Davey Boy Smith first came over here. Bruce was the guy who was booking Stampede Wrestling, so really brought all those guys up: Hillbilly Jim, Jake the Snake Roberts, Bad News Brown, all those names we all know from the 80s and 90s, and all the way up to today. He trained Natty Neidhart, who wrestles in WWE as Natalia, and we do a podcast for the last 5 or 6 years. And so I've taken the best of those podcasts and put them up on YouTube too. Younger people tend to have a little bit of a problem with them because they're not as fast paced as maybe you and I talking here right now. Because you got Bruce Hart, and he's really going to take
Yeah.
his time to have a conversation with his friends in the wrestling business.
Yeah.
Right.
But there's some great ones up there with Ken Patera. Trigger warning is excellent. Ken Patera tells the story about how he pissed in the hall at the Cauliflower Alley Club because he just couldn't walk the half mile to the bathroom in Vegas.
Oh, the stories they tell.
All right. Well, anybody else got any more comments for our viewers this evening? Anything they want to? Any last words before we end the stream?
Don't buy into the drama going on, and always support your local indie.
But especially support me.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
And make sure you give a like to Ninja's stream here if you haven't yet. I'm looking at you, Mior, in the chat. I'm looking at you right now. If you didn't hit that like, I'm going to find you and I'm going to cut you.
Well,
Good luck with that. He lives far away.
yeah,
He's one of my honored guests that you'll see him on the stream sometimes.
or do you have guest Asians?
So I'm going to close it out here then. If everybody's got their final word in. What's that?
Gucci.
You got one more
Gucci.
thing?
No, I'm just saying we Gucci. We good.
All right. We're gonna
We're
close
Dolce
it out
and
here
Gabbana.
But
I'm
going like
just-
once.
I'm just making
Only
one.
like once.
We're Calvin Klein obsession.
now. Nice. All right.
Good night, everybody.
What's that?
It's a good night, everybody.
Good night, everyone. I am your friendly neighborhood ninja, and you can follow me on Twitter, YouTube, Instagram, or whatever. Those social media platforms. You'll find me on there. Much love to you guys. Don't forget, like, subscribe, and share. And we will catch you guys later. Back those Indiegogo projects that I have linked in the description. All right, go check those out because you will find some massively good reading all up in there. All right, much love to you guys. Have a fantastic evening.